We've got the Lexus RX350h.
And it's got the F-Sport design.
This video is brought to you by Nitto Tire.
Okay, so coming up about halfway through the video, we're going to tell you how you can win a set of Nitto Motivo 365 high-performance all-weather tires.
So we're giving away a set to a Canadian viewer and an American viewer, so keep watching.
And we're off.
Good power, quiet.
Pretty quiet.
Yep.
Okay, so we're in the one we like. If you don't have the budget for the Hybrid Max, is the Hybrid. What's under the hood of this one?
A 2.5 liter four-cylinder with Lexus hybrid drive. It's matched to an eCVT and gets a combined 246 horsepower. Standard electronic all-wheel drive. Lexus does recommend premium fuel for optimal performance, but you can use regular.
All right, let's get into the key standard features of this 350 Hybrid.
The base trim comes with a 12.3-inch digital driver display, a 9.8-inch touchscreen, wireless, Apple Carplay and Android Auto, a Lexus 12-speaker audio system, Nuluxe upholstery, 8-way power heated and ventilated front seats, 2-way power driver lumbar support, driver seat memory, a heated steering wheel, a moonroof, power tailgate, and Lexus Safety System Plus 3.0. In the US, not all these features are standard, like a heated steering wheel, ventilated front seat, and driver seat memory.
So we're in the 2025 version of the RX350h. What's new?
Well, now you get a standard 12.3-inch digital driver display, and this F-Sport design trim is new. So you get the F-Sport design elements, but no F-Sport tune suspension.
And some people will like that. They'll want the more compliant, competent, everyday suspension, and you still get the fancy looks.
So this F-Sport design model is based on the base trim. So you get all of those standard features, and then you get the F-Sport design elements, which includes 21-inch performance alloy wheels, an F-Sport grille and bumper, as well as F-Sport badging.
And the good news is, in Canada, it's just over a couple of grand more, and I could totally understand people would want the look without all the go.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a very competent vehicle. When I picked it up and I drove it home, I was like, I can understand why these things are so popular, because it's comfortable, it's got lots of room, it's great on fuel, and just a competent everyday vehicle.
Yeah, and I think that's the key. It's just comfortable. It's refined. The cabin's quieter. We're on the highway. I think it does a really good job with comfort level.
Okay, we're going to punch it here, Andrew. What are we going to put it in?
You got to put it in as for subscribe, and if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the Cup of Car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
Okay, now you can hit it.
There we
so
go.
Make sure to like and subscribe.
Plenty of power.
And it gets a little, it barks a little.
It barks.
But the thing is that, I always say this, you know, when you put your foot to the floor on any car, it's going to be louder. That's just a fact of physics.
But once it all calms down, it's pretty quiet.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, the turning radius is excellent on this model, and the steering feels really good. It's not too light, not too heavy, just right.
They know how to play it right down the middle. Like they know exactly who their buyer is. Their buyer is somebody that wants nicer features and amenities. They like the badge appeal, and they want something that's easy to live with. This is easy to live with every day. If you're wanting the crazy performance, AMG will sell you one of theirs, and BMW will sell you an M. That's not what this is.
Zach and I recently put out a top 10 hybrid video, and now that we're back in this, I said to him, oh, we should have added this RX
there was
hybrid
only
to
10
the list.
spots.
But then I said to him, how many Lexus and Toyota models can we have on the list for hybrids? I mean, they do a good job, and they have a huge lineup.
And on the outside, it's a nice looking vehicle.
Yeah, I remember seeing this in Texas for the first time when Lexus unveiled it, and I thought, wow, I really like it, because sometimes I find the grills on Lexus models just a bit too much for me, but I like this one, and I like how they integrated it. And with this F-Sport grill on the model that we have, I think it looks cool, and the copper color, love it.
When I picked this up, I was talking to somebody that was there, and they said, would you get this color? And I basically said, it's great to have it for a week to test drive it, I'm not sure I would want to live with it every day.
You
It's
know
a
what?
great test color because it photographs so beautifully.
I think I would go for it. I'm a
Really?
real color person.
You have a white car at home, Andrea.
But it's not by choice. It was just what was available to me. But we have a red Mazda, we have a green GTI, Zach has an orange Cayenne. So I think it depends on the person. If you're worried about resale value, gray, white, black might be the one to get. But I think this is kind of fun. It's bold and it looks great on the road. The RX gets 8.1 inches of ground clearance and it comes standard with LED headlamps, premium LED rear combination lamps, LED fog lamps, power folding exterior mirrors, reverse auto tilt down mirrors, 19-inch wheels, available 21-inch, and a temporary spare tire.
Available features include auto leveling headlamps, premium triple beam headlamps, cornering lamps, and an adaptive high beam system. So basically headlamps. Well, Andrea mentioned at the beginning, this is an F-Sport design based on the base model, which is nice. You don't have to go crazy and get the high performance model. You can just have the looks. But on the inside, this is where you notice it's different than those higher end trims because the screen is smaller in the middle of the dash here and surrounding it is even more shiny hard plastic.
This is a 9.8-inch touchscreen. There is an available 14-inch touchscreen. I think the sweet spot really on this model is the luxury trim because it gets you those extra features like the 14-inch touchscreen, a wireless charger. This just doesn't have it. So I know it's got a lot of piano black around it. I'm not crazy about it. I prefer the 14-inch screen.
So I'm going to be the contrarian here, Andrea.
Yeah.
I know the piano black is there. This is totally fine. I've said it over and over again. All a bigger screen does is make everything bigger. I can still use this. It's been perfectly fine. I think it's fine.
It's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't mind it. It does all the functions, but I just feel like I'm getting an RX. Why not have that top spec, that touch screen?
This is perfectly fine.
Anyway, I think it's really
And I like the little sunroof because I can just do that.
Well, he doesn't like a sunroof, period.
So that's
this
perfect
is
for
right
me.
up his alley. There's also different seats. We've got the 8-way power in this test model with Nuluxe upholstery. You can also get 10-way, so there's lots of seat adjustment levels for you. And then there's available leather and semi-aniline leather too. So a variety of colors to choose from depending on the trim. Gotta say, storage is good in here. Look at these door pockets.
Yeah, they're not bad.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at this. That's pretty deep as well. What you do notice between the NX and this is the width. And a lot of people just look at legroom, for example. The big difference when you go up in class often is how wide the vehicle is. So if you're somebody who likes to spread out, or maybe you're a bigger person, this might be the one for you.
And some people are okay with the latch here to get out of the vehicle and the door handle. Some complain about it. So you've got to get in it and make sure that you like all of these design elements. I do like the shifter that's in here. Find it quite easy to use. It does take getting used to, but it's good.
There are a lot of different trims, so the available features are also long. You can get a wireless charger, head-up display, panoramic view monitor, digital display rear view mirror, 4-way power adjustable lumbar support, heated and ventilated rear seats, panoramic sunroof, 64 color ambient lighting, and a power back door with kick sensor.
Now, if you want to get the upgraded sound system, it is available. It's a 21-speaker Mark Levinson system.
Mark does good work. All right. Here's me getting in the back seat. As we mentioned, you get more legroom than the NX. You really can see that you have good legroom, good headroom. I will say that the seat bottoms, the foam they use is very comfortable. How does this stack up?
Comparing the RX to the Toyota Crown Signia, the RX has 41.1 inches of front row legroom, which is an inch less than the Signia. Second row legroom at 37.4 inches is less than half an inch bigger than the Toyota.
And then you lift the power lift gate and you get a very large and useful cargo space. Underneath the floor is a real temporary spare tire.
Cargo space behind the second row at 29.6 cubic feet is a little larger than the Signia, and overall cargo space at 46.2 cubic feet falls short to the Toyota by 20 cubic feet.
All right, we told you about the tires. Now we tell you how you can win them.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Well, as we said off the beginning, we are giving away a set of Nitto Motivo 365 all-weather tires. One set for an American viewer, one set for a Canadian viewer.
These are unique because they're all-weather tires with the three-peak mountain snowflake symbol for year-round traction, including winter conditions.
So these are a performance-oriented all-weather tire for cars, crossovers, SUVs, and even some light trucks.
The Motivo 365 has two unique designs. One side of the tread is designed to maximize grip on wet and dry roads, improving handling and cornering, and the blocks make for a quiet and comfortable ride.
Now on the other side of the tread, it has high-density sipes and offset grooves for better traction on ice, snow, and slushy conditions. So how do you enter? All you do is click on the link in the description below, fill out the information, and you're entered. If you're in the United States, it'll say province, but if you go lower, you'll see their states there as well. And for your zip code, just hit postal code. It's the same thing, and you're entered.
So if you are interested in buying these tires, Canadians can get $50 back on their purchase of Nitto Motivo 365s during the spring rebate.
So good luck. Now we start your questions from Instagram.
Would you say the RX plug-in hybrid is worth the cost difference?
Of what?
This.
Over the regular gas
hybrid
model? Oh, I thought maybe over the NX, over a bicycle.
Over this hybrid. No, I actually don't think it's worth the difference. And I'll tell you why. There's a $10,000 difference between the top trim of this NX350 hybrid and the PHEV. And I just think that Lexus has done such a good job with this hybrid. I'm not sure I would jump to the plug-in hybrid.
We go on and on and on and on and on. The best deal is a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to spend much more to get it. And then you start saving right away. You don't have to plug it in. You just drive it like a regular car. It's pretty simple.
Your opinion, is this worth the extra money over the NX350h? Well, this is wider, it's bigger, you get more cargo space, more rear seat legroom, and it is more refined. It is quieter than the NX hybrid.
We were in Toronto for the auto show a year or so ago, and they lent us one of these for a few days to drive while we were in town, and we were on the major highways, the 400 series highways in Toronto. We actually did a little shopping. And we were really pleasantly surprised. And it is noticeable. The longer wheelbase makes it more comfortable.
It does.
And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
F-Sport look without the uncomfortable F-Sport seats. Is there some reason why Lexus won't put the 500h drivetrain in a luxury with luxury seats and suspension trim? I feel like they're missing an opportunity.
So if you're not familiar with what the 500h is, that's the most powerful version of the RX. So it has a turbo and it has a hybrid system that's tuned for performance, and it does deliver, but it's a lot more money. If it was your money, Andrea, would you buy this or would you buy that?
I would just buy this because I agree with you. I like the comfort level of this vehicle. Lexus has done a really good job when it comes to refinement.
I think you're right, though. Take that high-performance hybrid and put it in the luxury trim. You don't have to have the adaptive suspension. Maybe they could do it a little bit cheaper.
Or the sport seats. You're right about that. Yeah. It is a missed opportunity.
All right, now we're going to get into the price of this. The fuel economy is important and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the US. Pricing includes freight, PDI, and fees. The base model starts at just under $66,000 and the top trim is just under $81,500. In the US, the base model starts at just under $53,000 and the top trim is just over $36,500.
Well, here's why you're here. The fuel economy, just 6.3 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 6.8 on the highway. That's 37 miles per gallon in the city, 34 on the highway. This RX can tow 3,500 pounds, and the warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers, or 50,000 miles. In the United States, you get complimentary maintenance covered for 1 year, or 10,000 miles. So for your consideration, there are not 4 pure hybrids, so we throw in 2 plug-ins.
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Toyota Crown Signia Hybrid with a 2.5-liter four-cylinder. It gets a combined 240 horsepower and has a starting price over $60,000.
The Lincoln Nautilus Hybrid with a 2-liter turbo four-cylinder gets a combined 310 horsepower and a starting price of $66,000.
The Volvo XC60 plug-in hybrid with a combined 455 horsepower and a starting price over $63,000.
The BMW X5 plug-in hybrid with a turbo inline-six, 483 horsepower, but the starting price is over $90,000.
So there are 4 electrified SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round, 2 things we like, 2 things we'd like to see improved.
Well, I like the comfort level of this RX.
The fuel economy's killer.
What I'd like to see on this base model is the addition of a wireless charger. It's just basic technology at this price point.
And they could turn down the piano black around the radio. But other than that, I can understand why people like these things. It's very comfortable. So there it is. It's the Lexus RX350h. What do you guys think of that?
Thanks for watching. And if you like what you see, subscribe. We'll see you next time.